In part 2 of my conversation with Sir Nick Faldo, he gives advice to junior golfers how the game has changed from a knowledge perspective and when we might see him back competing again. Well, so like the kids out here, we're here with the Dustin Johnson World Junior Championship, and these are incredible players. I mean, like our top 100 players that we have in the world are here, and they're out there grinding right now. What advice would you give to those junior golfers, or maybe junior golfers that are not at the elite level, but want to follow in your shoes?
Well, what's the real shortcuts? I mean, there's no real shortcut. You know, I did the old-fashioned way, beat lots of golf balls, but they have so much more knowledge now. I think you just have to open your eyes and ears to everything. You've got to understand your golf swing, understand the physical side, because the knowledge is factual now. It's not a guess. I mean, you might as well throw in, obviously, your mental strength as well is very important. Your dietary as well. We understand this so much more. I mean, what you eat is how you're going to perform tomorrow. So I would say take it all on board, learn from everything, pick and choose what really works for you. The bottom line, you've got to find a way. I mean, all you're doing is trying to find your way to have self-belief and trust in your own game. That's the most important, and only you get that. I mean, somebody can tell you, "Oh, you're great, you look great," but if the little voice inside saying, "I'm not too sure," well, guess what? That's where you are. So you've got to do enough where you actually go, "Hey, I know what I'm doing now. I can go and compete, and I will learn from compete." And then you have a bit of advice I give kids is try and be factual. You know, when you go and play and you've shot the 82,
right,
and I can't play, and I'm useless and I can't do. Then you go, well, hang on a minute. Oh, and the 6 drives went in the right rough, and then from the right rough they went into the left bunker. So go back to the facts. Try and be, after you've thrown the clubs against the wall.
Yeah.
I say, you can lose the head for 30 seconds and then stop yourself and then go, all right, is that helping? No. Okay. And then you ask yourself, okay, so what was the facts today? Well, I pulled every iron shot, or I did this wrong, or I did it. So then you've got something constructed to work on. So that's the fun of the game. Then you go back and you grind like crazy, beat balls, you learn, you go back and test yourself, and hopefully you've moved on it.
Right. And it's so much of that mental side. And how do you move from, let's say you have a really poor hole, how do you get over that? Like, what do you tell someone who, like, how do you mentally get out of that and shake it off?
Tough, that can be, I did all sorts of tricks. You can put that 8 on a train, and the train is on a track, and the train goes that way while you walk that way, so you're getting further away from it. Another cool trick is to go, try and get, I used to say, okay, 2 weeks have gone by. By the time 2 weeks, you can't remember what you had for lunch yesterday, can you? So how the hell can you? Okay, I took an 8 2 weeks ago, and where's the emotion? There's no emotion now. The worst thing is carrying the emotion to the next tee. If you can deal with it, sure, call yourself every name under the sun, whatever, and get somehow find a bit of motivation, but somehow, and you've got to have other tricks. You learn to cross the line. You can. I had my sports psychologist on my bag, and he knew I used to rant if I hit a bad shot, and he used to say, fine. He said, but as soon as you cross that imaginary line, it's done.
Right.
Which is another good way. So once you're like, I did this, and then you walk forward and you have to go, boom, it's history, it's gone.
That's right.
Move on. I mean, that is all part of your mental strength, your mental tricks because that's the hardest thing in this game is memories.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Getting past that.
Because most of our memories we tend to remember typically the bad stuff.
That's right.
Oh yeah, last time I played this hole, 14, I took a 7. I hit it in the trees, out in the bunker, on the green 3 putt. And what have you just pictured? So that's another trick. What are you picturing? So you then have to learn to stop yourself and go, okay, so that was last time. So today, what do I want to do? And that's quite cool. You say, I want to hit it there, and then I'll hit it on the green, and I'll right at the flag, and I'll hold the putt. And you got rid of the picture. So that's another trick. It's pictures. You hear me talk about it on TV. Visualization is the most powerful thing in anything. So you've got to be able to do it in some shape, whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously. You've got to
have the intention.
Yeah, exactly. That's another great word. You learn that from Deepak Chopra. When you stand over a 5-footer and actually ask yourself, so what's my intention? Well, if you say, I don't care if I miss it, well,
then you could miss it.
Probably will do. You probably will do.
Right.
But if you just go, oh, my intention is, well, hit it on that left edge, it's going to curl, I'm going to hit the back of the mud, and boom. That's your intent. That's my intention. Well, actually, your first intention is to hold it. Okay. Right. How are you going to hold it? Well, I've got to do that. And how's the stroke? And then you piece it all together. If you go, I don't know. What picture if you say I don't know? Right. There's no picture.
Yeah, it's like that old proverb, as a man thinketh, he is.
Yeah.
There's so much power to all. That's really good tips. When are we going to see you out competing again?
I'm thinking about it.
We're all cheering for you.
Well, I know. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't really. It's tough because this game. I hit balls. I love hitting balls. I want to compete. I tried it a couple of years ago. I was so demoralised at how bad I was. So then this great thing about this game is you reboot yourself and go, I really would. Could I have another go? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about it for the summer. Okay. So I'm already started practicing and thinking, what have I got to do? And can the body last try to make the body last 4 days. So that's the great thing about our game. I'm not going to roll over until I've had one more. We just want one more good, decent performance.
You heard it. I love that.
Yeah, we're trying. We're still trying.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, and have a great time while you're here at TPC Myrtle Beach.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.